Hey geeky guys and gals, this is Geeky Jace from G3, and I'm here to talk to you about a Pokemon Wi-Fi battle I had with Jose from the Poke Group Community on Facebook. Check out the description below for a link if you're interested. First off, I want to start by saying this battle was a good battle. I thought it was going to be a really easy one, and he brought some Pokemon that I just wasn't expecting and haven't seen sets for in a while. So totally caught me off guard and totally just made this battle a lot harder for me because I was expecting certain things that just didn't work out that way for me. So yeah, let's just jump straight into the battle. I'm using a team that we made on this week's Master Builder Monday, which includes Mew, Arcanine, Venusaur, Bisharp, Latias, and Keldeo. He's bringing a team to the field that includes Metagross, Togekiss, Sableye, Garchomp, Umbreon, and of course everyone's love to hate Pokemon, Greninja. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the battle. And it was I just can't say enough, it was a really good battle. It totally caught me off guard with a lot of the things he did. Alright, so he leads with the Greninja, and I lead with my Mew. Now, when he led with his Greninja, I kind of knew at this point that it wasn't a special Greninja like I thought it was the entire time. And I was really worried because I was like, I'm about to eat a U-turn to the face, as you see right here. And I was really afraid I was going to die in one hit because Greninja's got some power to him. Luckily, I survived with about half health because of the bulk on my Mew. And I'm able to get up my rocks, which was the whole point I threw them out here. Because I wanted to get up the rocks to make sure I broke any focus sashes. And make sure that Togekiss took some good damage when it switched in. Now, as you see right here, he's got a shiny Metagross. I go ahead and go for the knockoff on the following turn because I assumed that it would do a lot of damage seeing as how he's psychic and I would knock off an item and get an increased amount of damage, but this Metagross has no item. So I was like, well, that's just kind of sad. And this Earthquake does a lot more than I thought it was, and it kind of made my heart stop for a little bit. I was like, no, Mew, you're going to die. But he survives. He survives, everybody. And I go ahead and switch out. And I switch into Latias. Now, I wanted to get an HP Fire Off on him, and I figured he was going to go for another Earthquake, but he totally predicted this. Or he was going because Mew was so low on health for the kill with the Bullet Punch, just to make sure he didn't take any damage that he needed to. And my Latias gets smashed by a Bullet Punch, followed by a Meteor Mash, which just puts it so low that there's no way that I'm going to be able to survive and even worry about switching out. So I let Latias basically go down to the Bullet Punch on the following turn. And I go ahead and send out Balkanine because I was trying to get the Intim off on it, but I forgot a lot of these run Clear Body. So this Intim really doesn't do much of anything. So the following turn, I just want to make sure I knock this guy out. So I go for the Overheat, and the Overheat's going to be complete overkill, but I want to make sure that this Metagross did not stick around any longer than he needed to because he could have done some serious damage to my team. So I go ahead and drop him with the Overheat. He switches in Garchomp. I'm very defensively invested, so I figured he was in a Dragon Claw or Earthquake, in which case I could totally take it. Unfortunately, he has a King's Rock on his Garchomp, which totally flinches me here, and I couldn't Morning Sun, which means the next move would have killed me. There's no point wasting my Arcanine here, so I go ahead and go for the switch. And he fires off another Earthquake, and I put my Mew in because I knew whoever was going to come in was going to take an Earthquake, and I figured if I let Mew die off here, because Mew's whole job was to die anyway, that I could get a safe switch into my Venusaur, so that way he wouldn't have to take any unnecessary damage. And if you guys had watched the Master Builder Monday, you would know that my Venusaur actually has HP Ice on it, which is great against a Pokemon that's 4 times weak to it. This Garchomp is a little bulkier than I thought he was. He must have some invest in HP because I fire this HP Ice, and it's non-stab, but it's 4 times weak, and he eats it up. He survives, and I was like, oh man, that's kind of unfortunate. But I knew he was going to switch here, so I fired off the Synthesis because I was like, there's no way on earth he's going to stay in. He's going to stay in to eat that 4 times ice because that Garchomp looked like it was pretty important to his team. So I assumed he was going to switch, and even if he did fire an attack, my Synthesis still would have healed me up pretty good, so it would have been no big deal. Now this Greninja comes in and acrobatics me, which was kind of unexpected, but I go ahead and get a Giga Drain off here, and it heals up a bit of my health. But since he's flying, I don't get the big heal I wanted. Now, I figured that he was going to keep going for acrobatics, and I did not expect the power-up punch here, which was complete, like, what? So I'm glad I went for a synthesis here because I was going to heal off the acrobatics damage that he was going to do this turn. But now I'm like, man, he's at +1. This could get pretty dicey pretty quick. So he goes for acrobatics again at +1. And it hurts pretty good. But the bulk on my Venusaur is pretty real. So he was able to eat it up pretty good and keep me alive. Now I know if I could synthesis on this following turn that I'll be fine, even if he decides to go for another acrobatics. But he goes for a power punch instead, which was completely like, what? And I knew I would eat it up, but he's at +2 now. But I went for the Giga Drain instead to get the heal, the health off of him because he was so low. And I'm glad I did, because I predicted him to go for the power up punch. Even though I was like, the acrobatics is the better play, I was like, he's going to go for the power punch. I know he's going to go for the power punch. So I had a really good predict, and he made a really bad play there. Now this Sableye, most Sableyes I see are very physically defensive. So I went for a Giga Drain here, you know, just to get some damage off on him. And it does so much damage. It is crazy. I was just blown away by how much damage I took off of this Giga Drain. He gets some Will-O-Wisp on me, but it wasn't that big of a deal because the burn, the life loss from burn wasn't a big deal because I have both Giga Drain and Synthesis, so I can just heal it off. So it's not that big of a, oh my god, you know, thing. He Megas, though, his Sableye, which was unexpected, and I'm kind of agitated because now I know that he's going to basically eat this up. He's going to eat this up really well because his special defense goes up pretty good. So I was like, oh man, this is not going to look good. So I get him down to half. And that was alright, but it wasn't as much as it did the first time. Now, I know that I have to do something to him, so I'm like, well, let me Sludge Bomb him. I'm just going to keep Sludge Bombing because I want to get a poison off, because that'll help me chip him down more. And luckily, first Sludge Bomb, I get that amazing hacks right there with the Sludge Bomb. So I get that poison. He Calm Minds because he's trying to set up, but he's poisoned now and at low health. So I know that my Giga Drain the following turn is just going to finish him off. There's no way. There's no way he can do this. And since he doesn't have Trickster anymore, he can't Trickster recover. So I smash him with his Giga Drain, and down goes Sableye. And that was the biggest thing that I wanted to kill. Once I saw he was a Mega Sableye, he had to go. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's had to go down. I'm glad I got that hack. So I was going to keep firing those Sludge Bombs till I got it, but I'm glad I got it quickly so I didn't have to waste my time. Now he sends out Togekiss here, and I know what Togekiss is doing. I'm pretty sure you do too. He's going to try to air slash hacks me to death. So I was like, nope. And he's got the Quick Claw on. So I was like, well, this is no good. So I go ahead and rotate out my Venusaur for Red Ranger. Now, I thought Red Ranger was going to eat this up, but this air slash does so much considering it's resisted. I kind of was like, ooh, that was a bad idea. Then on the second turn, he goes to the Thunder Wave, so he's trying to set up the whole, you know, Para Hacks, air slash, Quick Claw combo. But thankfully, the Red Ranger is just that, an amazing Red Ranger that just breaks through everything and goes ahead and knocks him out. Bam, one Iron Head to the face. I believe he sends out Umbreon right here. Now, Umbreon doesn't know that I'm packing the low kick, or the low sweep, I'm sorry. So, he comes in and he's a curse set, and as soon as I see the curse set, I'm like, oh man, I need to low sweep this guy, like, as soon as possible. Just get him down. Because I don't want him cursing too much and getting out of the range of me being able to kill him. So I low sweep right here. And it does about half, which is pretty respectable damage. I realized that he's going to want to Moonlight here. And that's what I thought he was going to do, was Moonlight. So I was like, man, he's going to Moonlight here to get his health back up. So another low sweep isn't going to be that useful. So I was like, let me go ahead and switch to Arcanine and fire off, you know, an Overheat. Now, and I also get the Intim too. That's what it was. The Intim to keep his payback damage or assurance damage. That's usually what they run: Curse and Assurance or Curse and Payback. But he is a real player, and he has an amazing amount of special defense in this puppy too. Not including the base, but he has a couple points in there because he just eats his Overheat like nothing. I mean, just eats it up. Look at that. Just doesn't even care about it. I was like, wow, that is quite impressive. So I was pretty impressed with that. He goes ahead and fires his Payback, and that's pretty much done for Volcanine. I mean, Volcanine's bulky, but he can't survive that Payback at ×2, you know. But I do get some Rocky Helm damage off, which puts him in the range to be killed by my my late game sweeper, which is my Keldeo. Keldeo comes out here and basically cleans up Zoro there with a Secret Sword. He says, "Bye bye, Zoro. You've been outdueled." I guess that's what Zoro does. He duels, you know, because he's all like, you know, like, what's his face? I can't even think of his name now. Oh no. Okay, anyway. So here Garchomp comes out. I could have killed him with anything, but mine, Keldeo packs the Icy Wind, and my finisher is the Icy Wind for the ×4 damage. And that's pretty much the battle, guys. Down goes Garchomp. Keldeo with that 2 Pokemon sweep towards the end. And yeah. And there you have it. I just wanted to say thank you to Jose for a great Wi-Fi battle. Once again, you can find a link to his group down below. As for you guys, I hope you enjoyed it, or at least learned something very interesting about my ramblings. Don't forget to hit that like button and show us some love. If you're feeling extra generous, make sure you subscribe, because every subscriber we get, we will donate a Pofin to a Pokemon in need. And there's a lot of Pofins that are Pokemon on the street that need a Pofin. They need a good meal, okay? Don't let the less fortunate Pokemon starve. Subscribe today. And for G3, I'm Geeky Jace, and remember to tell him, GG.